Hey mates, I'm Alex.
And I'm Gastón.
Welcome to Power Mates.
This is the place to learn and share about Fabric and Power Platform. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel with your friends and colleagues. So, today, Power Mates, how do you get SQL Server data into OneLake without spending 6 months building all the ETL pipelines?
As of April 14th, Microsoft officially answered that Azure SQL databases mirroring is now GA in Fabric.
If you ever start, kind of at any ADF pipeline you built, 2 years ago and wonder how many more engineers you need to maintain that pipeline, this video is just for you.
Full setup, live demo, and the gotchas they don't tell you in the documentation. So let's go, Gastón.
Historically, getting OLTP data into a lakehouse meant ADF pipelines, Synapse integration or custom code, all add maintenance, overhead, latency, and complexity.
Now, mirroring flip this completely, so why we are flipping that, Gastón?
Yeah, because what we are going to be doing is pointing Fabric at our Azure SQL database. It's going to replicate continuously, and DDL changes, adding columns, renaming tables, sync everything automatically. No pipeline, no updates, no deployment.
Wow, that's great. No redeployment. That's great. So Zero-ETL. So near real-time replication and with workspace identity authorization. So no store credentials either. So Gastón, what are those use cases that you envisioning for that?
Just one of them is operational reporting. Finance gets live P&L in Power BI without waiting for a nightly batch.
So yeah, data science, for example. So point notebook at fresh transactional data without asking data engineer for a pipeline, for example.
Yeah, medallion architectures, using the mirror database as our bronze layer, build the silver and gold on top of Fabric, no ingestion step at all. Let's do this, Alex. Let's head over to my machine and see this running kind of live. First of all, this is our, Azure portal. Here we have, our, in this case, SQL database. This is an Azure SQL server, and we have already a Fabcom Vienna database back here, and inside our brand new database, I have only one single table mirror test here, and I already ran few commands here so we can test this out. You can see I have order ID, customer name, product, amount, order date. So this is only from an Azure SQL database set of things. So what I'm going to be doing is, first of all, and what I did for running this is I'm going to just copy and paste so you can see this was exactly the script that I was running before. This is just to populate, the creation of the table with all the columns and then the population into this mirror test. That was the command that I was running to load this one. Just to be aware of this, if I want, instead of doing this from the query editor in Azure portal, I can always go here, open in, and go into Visual Studio Code, and I would love to share that with all of you because this is really important, that you can set up the connection here. Be careful that you have all the connections up and running. In this case, I can drop the table, I can, run the command of the creation of the table back here, and then drop the table if I want to kind of run this script again. But this is Visual Studio Code, is connecting to my Azure subscriptions, is connecting directly with Azure SQL database, and you can do that, and you can start, playing around and, creation of the tables or creation of the views or store procedures, or even, running any of the SQL commands here. You can go here, refresh, see the table, and then you can create new table or whatever you want to do. Besides that, besides that, what I would love to share is what I need to do to replicate this database in my Fabric tenant. So let's go back to our Fabric tenant and remember that every time I show this workloads, in all the workloads that we have in the Fabric space. And you can see all the data engineer, data factory, data warehouse, IQ, and so on. So in our case, what I would love to do is I'm going to go to the workspace demos 2026. And the way I'm starting this is new item. And in the new items stream, I go to the all items, and in this case, mirror Azure SQL database. I'm starting from scratch to show the step-by-step process. So you can go and say, in my case, I can reuse any of these. The last one that I built was this one. But always, if you start from scratch, you can go new sources, and you need to get all this data, the server and database, going back to the Azure portal. Remember that you can bring here all the data, the Gastón mirroring server, that is the server name. Fabcom Vienna DB is the name of the database, and you are going to fill every single aspect here. In my case, I'm using a basic authentication, writing the username and the password here. You can set up to use a user Azure keyboard as well, and so on. This is the way you establish the connection to the server. I'm going to go back here so you can see the next steps on this one. And after you complete that, in my case, I'm going to pick this one so you can see all the connection established to my server. Once you establish that connection, it's going to load in all the data. And a couple of things that I would love to recall. How is accessing the data? First of all, you are establishing your username and password to connect. In my case, I'm using a SQL authentication around that. The second thing is, here, when you establish this connectivity, you need to be aware that in the security, there's an identity lockdown here that you need to activate. Remember to activate that identity to use a system uh, identity against the Azure SQL. In this case, it's saying that the database cannot be mirrored for one of the errors list here. The database has already been mirrored on another Fabric warehouse. In my case, this makes totally sense because I already have that up and running. And after I configure all of this, you can see that I have that mirroring database, and you can see mirror database here. So I already have my content here. Again, if I refresh here, you're going to see that no data has landed still on this one. You can see the replication status. You can see the tables in OneLake. You can run again the command. So if you want to run this command again, in this case, first of all, remember my command in the Visual Studio Code that I was running this one. This is to drop the table just in case, because I don't want to go and create this back again. And then I can run the command here in Azure SQL. So I can go and see all this up and running here. Go to the mirror test. I can see that everything is coming in here. And then in my Fabric space, once the data is coming, it's going to be loading here. And you're going to see the data coming into this place here. But in the meantime, we are checking for that replication that is coming into this place. You're going to see that again, the coordination between all the structure of the database. What I'm going to be doing next is, after the data is coming to this monitoring replication, and you're going to see the data coming here, hopefully soon. Then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to create another query here, and I'm going to be running that after this. You can see that I'm setting up a new column here. That is a region column, and I am populating that column. So after we run this replication, and I'm going to see the replication up and running here. After we got this, the next step for us is going to be showing, after the replication is coming, showing that adding a new column in our Azure SQL is going to replicate in Fabric again. So you can see here that after 70 seconds, After 70 seconds, we have the data coming here. And of course, we can just to test this one, you can go to, again, demos here, and you can, again, see with the mirror database, you can open this one here just to check, that the table is back there. And you can see that the same data that we already have in the Azure SQL is already replicated in this Fabcom Diena, and there's no ETL, there's no data integration, so no need to execute any pipeline or refresh. Now, what we are going to be doing, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be doing this update of the database. I'm going to setting up a new column here. So I'm going to run this command, and let's create this one. Let's do an update here. Okay, let me check on this one because it's failing. Ponerle pausa ahí. So as you can see here, we mentioned before that with this command, what we are doing is adding a new column, the region column, and we are updating based on, you can see here, order ID. Based on the order ID, we are, populating that table. So if we run this command, after running this command, we can go here and say, hey, this is the mirror test database, and we can check that we update with a new column that is the region column on that table. If after running this command, and again, no pipeline, no execution, no refresh, if I go back to our Fabric environment, we are going to see that in the Fabric environment, first of all, let's switch to the replication here. This is the monitor replication. Let's hit refresh again, and you can see again that you have again another running of the mirroring database. And of course, if we again going back to that table, we can set up again a new SQL command and running that command to check. And it's not populating yet, but it's gonna get there for sure. And we are gonna see exactly the same data that we have in the database right now. Let's try with the Visual Studio Code again, because that's another option that we have. Oh, this is connected to Azure SQL. Let's hit this one from Fabric so we can see how this is running. And again, going back here and check. Oh, this is not the right one. Let me check here, and this was the one. Here you see. Now it's refreshing and it's coming back with the latest column that we just add to the table. So meaning that, with the mirroring, feature, you don't need to deal with any ETL, any shortcut. You are not moving the data. You're just mirroring automatically the data that you have in any transactional data in the Azure SQL database. And anytime you are deleting a row or adding a new column or adding more rows to your table, then in the mirroring space, it's getting some latency, it's getting some delay, but after a few seconds, you can see that the data is coming to your table. In this case, the new column appears right away in your table, and this is just in Fabric. So that being said, after we do all of this, we understand that you can, first of all, open this with Visual Studio Code right away from the Azure portal to see what's going on. You can, replicate all your data without any ETL. And, that is just a DDL sync. It just works. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, and also most teams miss this is you can build a semantic model directly from the mirrored database in the Fabric UI. No Power BI desktop is required at that point, right?
Yeah, that is great to see, the whole end-to-end solution. The full path is Azure SQL, OneLake, semantic models, Power BI. No data flows, no notebooks, no pipelines. So a few gotchas before you go all in.
So one of on my end is like mirroring is a read only from Fabric side. So one direction only. You can't write back to the source with mirroring.
Some T-SQL constructs don't mirror cleanly. To be aware of that, the CT is in view certain some kind of level of store procedures outputs. Test your schema first.
Yeah, and also one thing is like watch capacity consumption. Of course, you are refreshing semantic models frequently on large data set. It's adds up. If and also if you have Azure SQL database and you are on Fabric, there is almost no reason to not to turn this on. So now setup is trivial and the maintenance is zero at some point.
And remember that this is GA since April 14th. This is production ready. So if you want to see us build a full medallion architecture on top of a mirror database, write that in the comment. If this helped, hit and remember to hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It's free and really helps reach others who want to learn more.
Yeah, stay powerful, PowerMate, and join us on this journey.
As we used to say, together, let's unlock the full potential of Power Platform and Microsoft Fabric.